The lighting just got so dark. Ooh. Is this lighting better? Maybe. My hair is not. So let's get closer. That's a great idea, Jesse. You're such a good producer. Wow. Hello world and welcome to my YouTube. How do you like this lighting? I feel like Two-Face. Since I found out that I was moving, I've been planning out a couple of videos, and one of them is speaking into the world all the things that I am grateful for moving home. Because I could just look at this move as like, I'm super happy and excited to be leaving my hometown and just only talk crap about it, but it is what it is, and ultimately I feel good about that experience. I'm glad that I moved home. And here are the reasons why. Originally, I had written up this video. It was very sentimental, and I was just gonna read through and thank people, but this is YouTube, and people don't really want that. So I thought, how can we mix this up? So I wrote all the things I was grateful for on pieces of paper, and then I put them in my adventure hat. So I'm gonna draw them out one by one. Yes, all the things are from the script, and yes, all the things that I'm going to say are also from the script. Why? Because it's YouTube, girls! Yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and I hope that you like this video. Before we get started, just a reminder that your subscriptions are much appreciated. Really entertaining disappointment. That's been my brand. I feel like I'm trying to, like, you know, up my game. Level your pussy up, as they say on my Instagram story show, level your pussy up every single day at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Your likes are also much appreciated, so if at any point in this video you're like, I like what they just said, like it. Literally like it. Let's get started! The first person, place, thing, or situation I'm grateful for is the new and old friends. We're getting started real slow. I really needed to have a queer connection, and it brought me so much meaning and joy in a time that was really rough for me. And also, to be able to reconnect with friends from high school, because I'm not friends with most of those people, and be like, there are people who also evolved with me in a way that I can really vibe with. I mean, everybody evolved in their own way, but most of it was like marriage and babies, and so it was nice to be like, yo, we both like whatever, and those relationships are very important, so thank you. Next we have, my mom. I don't know what I would have done without my mom. I mean, in all situations. My mom and I have a very good relationship. We have a very strong relationship, and we're able to tell each other a lot of things. It was nice to have somebody who understood me. She's really just my rock, and yeah. My sister, this is just a trip. When I left for college, my sister was a 5th grader, and now she's in high school. I'm still waiting for the day when, like, we're both in our 20s and we, like, go out to the bars and we're, like, having a great time. She was a child when I left, and now she's kind of like her own person. She's a human being. I love my sister. She's a hoot and a half. Sorry sis, you're not 2 hoots, you're just a hoot and a half. If you missed my videos with my sister, there's a playlist somewhere on my YouTube. You can go search playlists, or you can just go look. It's in my top 10 most popular uploads, 6 minutes with my sister. Next, aw, Cassie. Thanks for vibing with me, Cassie. We had one specific moment that, like, I think about often when I think of Cassie, and it was just a night that was very special for us and our friendship. Next, Kaylee. Very fitting that Kaylee would come next. Kaylee and I have had many a conversation about our relationship, so none of this is new, but I did want to, like, I couldn't put this out without mentioning it. Kaylee and I were best friends in high school when we went to college, and now we've reconnected as adults, which is so good because now we're gonna be friends forever. Kaylee has helped me grow so much in that, next, dear dad, you don't watch these videos, but I'm gonna talk about you anyways. I'm not mad my dad doesn't watch the videos. He can do whatever he wants. First of all, I want to thank my dad for taking me in. If he wouldn't have allowed me to stay at his house, I don't know what I would have done, honestly. It had its ups and its downs and its challenges, but I think the biggest thing is that I was able to build a relationship with my dad and, like, overcome stuff and work through stuff because we had to. And just us overcoming our own communication stuff was super, super important. Thanks, Dad! Also, thanks for letting me stay with you. Also, thanks, Billy, who also is my stepmom and lives there, so thanks, Billy, also. I talk about this one, I think about this a lot. I was living in rural white Oregon, rural America, anywhere, really, during the election. And that was really, really hard. Like, I physically felt pain, could not sleep, cried many a time. I lost really good friends. It was a really, really hard time, and I'm so glad that I was there for that, because I think that if I was anywhere else, it would have been way more easy for me to kind of like turn away and be like, those people are just dumb. Deep in my heart, I would have been like, okay, what is this about? Because that's kind of just who I am and where I've come from. But it would have been a lot harder, and I think experiencing everything firsthand, I learned a lot about where people actually stood, that people aren't dumb, they just value certain things, and like being forced to have conversations, especially after the election, about like what my fears are. Because of that, also growing relationships and growing myself and understanding of the world of like, why is that so, and how can I help people instead of being mad that like they don't think that my rights and protections are that important, that like they're totally fine with me not being able to get married or like getting fired from work. I'm glad that I had that to take with me into the expanding work that I'm doing, because I do want to come back and help my hometown, rural white America. You have a lot of things to grow in. I shouldn't have had to suffer as much as I did, but I'm glad that I'm glad I survived. Anyways, that's what I'm grateful for about that situation. Next, we have my grandma. Hi, Grandma! My grandma actually does watch these videos, so. Hey, girl! I love my grandma. We can talk about certain things that would have been weird for a grandma and a grandson to talk about before, because like we're adults now. Here's to badass grandmas. Thanks, Grandma. So these last two are more abstract. They're more deeper reflections. It's a good deep closing. Moving home, there were a lot of limitations that were kind of in place based on my time, my money, my resources, the situation I was in. Like, I was living in rural Southern Oregon, 3,000 people, living with my dad. I ran out of money, I was unemployed. I was also really depressed for a long time and slept a lot. There were rough times. With all those limitations on me, I only had so much capacity in varying senses to do things. And so I had to figure out like what's really important for me to do, to figure out, to experience. I'm grateful that I feel like I know myself more now. I'm stronger in not giving up things that are important to me, and also like able to give up some stuff that I realize isn't that important. That being said, it was really hard, and I was very depressed, and there are a lot of videos about that, particularly this one. Last but not least, probably the most important, relationships are the meaning of life. This is a belief that I hold. It's backed up by studies. The #1 indicator of happiness is how many deep relationships you have. A lot of the things I'm grateful for moving home are people, because I wouldn't have been able to get through that really hard 10 months in my life without the relationships that I had. And also realizing that like those relationships take a lot of work. A lot of the growth in the relationships I had came from tough conversations, so that I can understand who they are, they can understand who I am, and we can treat each other accordingly. Relationships are the most important thing, and getting deep takes a lot of work. I knew that, but experiencing that is a whole different ballgame. I was inspired a lot by Alicia Keys in this time in my life. I hope that everybody keeps doing them, and I hope that people also learn. Because I shouldn't be the only one growing and learning, you know? We're all in this together, we're all just doing our best, and I think we can all do better all the time. And that's why I have a daily show on my Instagram story called Level Your Pussy Up every day at 8 p.m. Instagram.com/JessiePettibone. I hope that you liked this video. I tried to make it kind of exciting. I don't think it really worked, but too late now. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye.